Congratulations on becoming a parent. I know that you're probably overwhelmed. I was. Having a kid is a big deal. It can be an even bigger deal if you're not married, but you're not alone. Did you know that almost half of all children born in South Carolina are born to unmarried parents? Just because you're not married doesn't mean you can't be a good father. Your child needs you. Studies show that kids have a much better chance of avoiding high-risk behavior if they have a dad in their lives. So you can make a huge difference in your child's life. I'm going to be there for my child. I established paternity at the hospital when my son was born. At first, I didn't see the importance of completing the paternity form. I mean, her mom and I are living together, so I figured, why bother? But then the person at the hospital started explaining what paternity is all about. I realized, hey, things can change, and the only way I can be sure that I'll always have a relationship with my son is to complete the paternity form. Let me tell you some other reasons why I decided to establish paternity. When unmarried parents don't establish paternity, you're not considered the child's legal father. Can you imagine what that feels like for a kid? And your name doesn't even go on the child's birth certificate. Secondly, if you don't establish paternity, you don't have any legal rights towards your child. None. No visitation or custody rights. No say in any future decisions regarding your child. You don't even have the right to be notified that your child is being adopted by another man. It's like you aren't even there. My friend John didn't establish paternity at the hospital, and man does he regret it. His daughter's mother wanted him to, but he was afraid that he would be forced to pay child support. After they broke up, she got mad at him, and now she won't let him see his daughter. He figured that she couldn't do that, but since his name isn't on the birth certificate, the court said he couldn't do anything about it. It's been 2 years since he's seen his daughter. He's missing out on so much.
We completed the paternity acknowledgement form so that my daughter can have a relationship with her dad. Even though we aren't together anymore, he's still her father and she deserves a chance to have a relationship with him. She needs him. I hardly knew my dad, and he was never there when I needed him. Another good thing about establishing paternity is that she became eligible for certain benefits, like health insurance. His policy is a whole lot better than Medicaid. Hopefully nothing will happen, but if something were ever to happen to her father, my daughter may be eligible for life insurance, Social Security, inheritance, even veterans benefits. She'll also know his family's medical history, which will help if she has any future medical issues.
And then, of course, there's child support. Kids definitely need financial support from both parents. If my girlfriend and I ever break up, I wouldn't want someone else paying for my child. I can take responsibility for my own child. And I want my child to know that I'll always be here for him. I know what's going through your head. You think it must be really difficult to establish paternity, right? Wrong. Actually, it was really easy. We used the paternity acknowledgement form. The hospital has a brochure they'll give you that explains everything you need to know. Make sure to check it out. When the hospital birth clerk comes to verify the information needed for your child's birth certificate, she'll ask you if you want to establish paternity. All you need to do is give her the information she needs to complete the form, like your social security number, sign the form, and have it notarized at the hospital. In order for the form to be notarized, both parents must have a valid picture ID with them. Remember, an unmarried father can't go on his child's birth certificate unless he and the mother complete this form correctly, so it's really important to get it right. The form really is pretty simple. It comes with a page that describes its purpose and the rights and responsibilities of parents. It also provides information about the legal aspects of signing the form, so be sure to read it carefully. If you don't understand something, just ask. And don't worry about the cost. If you sign the form right there at the hospital, it's free. They just check your ID, notarize the signature, and that's all. Now, some people have questions about different situations that are a bit more complicated than mine. Check these out. Can a man who is not the biological father complete the paternity acknowledgement form? No, it must be the biological father completing the form. What if the mom is married to someone else? South Carolina law presumes that if the mom was married to someone else when the baby was conceived, at the time of birth, or any time in between, her husband is the father of the child, even if they've been separated for years and a paternity acknowledgement cannot be completed. To find out more about your options, you need to call the South Carolina Office of Vital Records at 803-898-3630. What if the father is married to someone else? That's a bit less complicated. The father can sign the paternity form even if he is married to someone else. What if one of the parents doesn't want to sign the form because there's a history of domestic violence or concerns about abuse happening in the future? It's important to remember that this is a voluntary program. Although it provides important benefits and is a really good thing for most families, parents should not sign the form unless they are comfortable doing so. Suppose the parents change their minds later after they've already signed the form and the father's name is on the birth certificate. Hopefully, the parents will think things through carefully before they sign the form. But if parents do change their minds, they have 60 days to rescind or cancel the acknowledgement. To rescind, parents have to sign a rescission form at the State Office of Vital Records. You will need your picture ID. However, in order to remove the father's name off the birth certificate, you will need a court order. If there's any doubt that the man is the father, the parents should not sign the form. There are other ways of dealing with paternity. If you are not sure who the father is, you can contact the Parenting Opportunity Program to find out about a low-cost DNA test through DSS, or you can contact a private DNA testing facility to find out more information about DNA testing. If you want to get a test done, do not fill out the paternity acknowledgement. You can fill it out later at the local health department once you get the test results back. But get the test done quickly. I know that acknowledging paternity can be kind of overwhelming. I was a little hesitant about it at first too. I was lucky. I had a friend who told me what a great decision it was for him and how important it's been to his son. I know that I'd never want my son to feel like I didn't care about him. Nothing could be further from the truth. That's why I did the right thing. And now he won't question my commitment to being a real father. Believe me, paternity establishment was the best thing we ever did for me and his mom. I hope you do the same. As a parent, don't you think your child deserves the best? There are a lot of misconceptions going around about establishing paternity. First, establishing paternity and child support are two different things. Nobody is going to come knocking on your door looking for child support if you establish paternity. The only way that court-ordered child support happens is if your child's mother opens a child support case requesting financial support. Hopefully, you can work those things out on your own. But if you can't, the court can help you figure out the right amount of child support needed. Secondly, some people think that establishing paternity is going to affect how much government assistance they can get. That's not true. So remember, what you hear on the street might not be accurate. Make sure you have the right information so you can make the right choice for your child. Every child needs a dad. Being a kid today is hard enough. Don't let your child be at a disadvantage from the start. Establish paternity at the hospital. Finally, if you didn't establish paternity in the hospital, it's not too late. Just go to your county health department or to the State Office of Vital Records in Columbia. Parents can establish paternity for a minimal fee at any time up to their child's 18th birthday. But take it from me, if you are expecting or just had a baby, you're going to be pretty busy. Just do it in the hospital. It's a whole lot easier and it's free. But most importantly, it's for your child. What a difference a dad makes.